Hi, my name is Jamie. This is my beautiful mom, Bonnie. She was admitted to the hospital May 15th of this year, and she went in for a GI bleed. She was bleeding out in bed when we found her. And ultimately what led there, she was on a medication called Pradaxa, which is a anticoagulant, helps with your blood and AFib for heart disease. So she was on that medication and she was on a lower dosage. What I found in her medical records is that she was on the lower dosage on purpose by her prior cardiac doctor because she had a history of internal bleeding from this medication. He lowered her dosage intentionally because of the bleeding, and that fixed the problem. And she was, good to go for years. In March of 2021, her primary and her new cardiologist double dosed. They increased it and doubled it because they were going based on what, the book says to prescribe, ignoring her history of bleeding. So here we are on May 15th, taking her in for major bleeding. On her death certificate, the number one cause of death is GI bleed, then anemia, and then cardiac disease was the other one. So when she was in the hospital, that was what her primary did. Then she gets to the hospital and they did absolutely nothing to stop the bleeding. They didn't even find the source of bleeding because they spent so much time wasting time. They kept her off all anticoagulants for 5 days. Actually, it was longer because she was told to stop anticoagulants when we called over the weekend before we took her to the hospital saying she was bleeding. So she was off for about 6 days, which is very dangerous when you have AFib and heart disease to be off blood thinning medication. Then they were overdosing her. She has congestive heart failure with fluids. She was 5 times the size in the face of her normal face when I saw her. They were talking about discharging her and doing outpatient for a colonoscopy. And my father and I and my husband were like, you are not letting her leave. I'm so sorry. You are not letting her leave without finding the problem. And to make a long story short, I got a call the next day, the day after they're saying she should leave the hospital and be discharged, saying that we're so sorry, she passed away. And that was about 5 a.m. So then I found out the hard way, like almost everyone in this group, that you can't hold anyone accountable because of the Florida free kill law. So I'm here to take a stance and make a change and hopefully get the law changed for statute 768.21 section 8.